So Super Slide 84 actually made a video, the response to all the brothers out here who travel, and he didn't even try to make any type of points. He went to shaming them, telling them pay for sex, and telling them that they pathetic because they gotta go overseas for a woman. This is the same Super Slide 84 who was on O'Shea's talking about black women who swirl and saying how bad the black community is. But you participate in that shit, so that makes you a whole hypocrite because you participate in the crazy drama crap, but then you want to act like you different from the people that start the drama. Then in this live, he said he's a felon and he can't go to Canada. So overall, you kind of exposed himself of being the guy who can't even travel like that because he has felonies. Look, we know these women like chaos. We know these women like drama. The men that you're talking about don't like drama. We don't like Cardi B. We don't like women who like Cardi B. We don't like women who like ratchet music. We don't like women who sit back and listen to the same shit, watch the same movies, talk about the same shit as everybody else. This is the reason why we go to another culture, because another culture is a breath of fresh air. Why would we want to sit back and be around a bunch of people who always have to follow a challenge, always have to say phrases they see on TV? There's guys out here who don't want to hear somebody lying to them. But you say that it's so easier for women to, for men to get sex over here. No, you didn't make that case. Tell me right now, how many groups of women are online promoting that they sleep with guys who have small penises, right? Tell me that. How many women are promoting the date fat guys without them having money and all that? Because on the other side, women get to be fat and all they have to do is be nice, so that welcomes them to getting a good guy with the intelligence. And you think that's okay. So the nerdy guys, the guys who you saying in the video should kill themselves, who have an eye intellect and they have a quiet, peaceful life, drama free, they supposed to deal with these women. Let me ask you these questions real quick, man. And anybody who come on this video, because I seen the people in that chat room, and some of y'all are the same people who was y'all was the same dudes who was trying to talk against him from traveling, but you jump in his live talking his points. So if American women are so easy to get, where is the room for the guys so they don't have to go to another country? Because if it was that easy, because you say all this shit right now, right? You know that prostitution is illegal in almost every single state. You want dudes to put their life on the line to pay for some sex and might get set up and get shot up? You want somebody to pay for sex from a chick who has STDs? If it's so easy, right? Let me ask these guys this. Would you pay $10 an hour for people to talk to you? Would you pay people to be your friends a week? Would you pay people $20 an hour a week to talk to you? Would you talk to a person and would you talk to a person who sits down and lies to you for hours? Eh? Let me ask you this right here, man. You say that it's easy to get women, okay? Tell me what your conversation consists of with women in America. Tell me that. Tell me those. Tell me all the conversations you have with women in America, what they consist of. Because since you can get women in America, what are the stuff that you can that it consists of? How many hours you have to put into talking to a female before you get to sex, right? Since y'all so know all of this shit where it's so easy. Because if it was so easy, then there will be a lot of room. There will be a lot of women for these men. For men who thinking. We wouldn't have these fake intellectual females who ghetto as hell. We wouldn't have these people who are in these sectors that are not real gamers. They don't like anime. They don't like wrestling. Every time I talk to a chick who was in the gaming sector, they were so lame. They didn't have no gaming skills. When I talk to women who like anime, they only watched about 20 anime their whole damn life. And they was watching anime for fucking 6-7 years. But I could come to the table and say I watch over 5,000 episodes of anime. I can actually say that, and they can't. And I say, why don't you tally up all the episodes you watch? And all these women are fake because they do it for money. How many days? How long do you have to listen to a female before you? How many hours you have to listen to a female before you get the sex? Do you have to dumb yourself down? Do all these women you say are easy to have sex with, do they all come with STD papers? Do all these women have drama in their life? And family problems, alcohol problems, drug habits? Do they start trouble with other people? See, that video and this live was basically telling guys that they not good enough because you telling guys to go pay for sex. Oh, so they supposed to pay for sex their whole life because women don't like them over here, and that's supposed to be a good time. And then if they get arrested or robbed and shot and killed, then you're gonna make fun of that guy for buying sex. Then you say an escort is $100-something. You need to go check. You need to check your facts, dude. And that's not it, dude. So let me get this straight. We know that these women like particular dudes. And there's no room for certain guys in America. So you want guys to stay here and pay for sex and get arrested and get killed. To get arrested and get killed or get set up and robbed for what they have on them because they can't get no sex. But then you say how easy it is when you know it's not, because you was on multiple videos, you was on multiple lives. You even said it yourself that these women like the same dudes. And so dudes are supposed to make these women worship these women so they can get sex from them because they don't have the certain things that they have. These dudes have to change themselves just to get women. They can't be themselves. They gotta listen to the same rap music. They gotta listen to the same shows. They gotta act like everything else is funny like everybody else. They gotta talk about the same shit. They gotta watch sports. They gotta do the same shit that these women find interesting. They gotta dress like everybody else just to get women. And you said that's easy, right? And these women was in the chat box laughing and lapping it up. And these guys who say they can get women, how many women you talk to has a story about how they got treated like shit? or how bad her ex-boyfriend or something, and you have to listen to the conversation, because I'm not listening to that shit. And the guys who go overseas don't want to listen to that shit either. Every single body I seen in that chat, it's about 2 or 3 of them dudes who was on videos saying how wrong he was. But for some reason, in your video you said they take advantage of poor women, but you take advantage of shallow, superficial women, dude. Because these are the same women who only like tall dudes, who only like dudes who got big penises. So they supposed to compete with that and overcompensate. But these women don't have to overcompensate. In my other video, they don't have to overcompensate for shit. And you want these dudes to go with a fat, unattractive female who's not gonna give him what he wants, and give him and try to tout him around all around the house. I mean, outside, all around dates and stuff. So you supposed to be with a fat, unattractive female because it's easy for them, and be unhealthy. And you telling guys to commit suicide shows what kind of mental it shows you overall that you ain't for black men, because we know that suicide is prevalent in the black community and mental health illnesses. But I never see y'all go so hard for women who sit on here complaining about men and not being married and all this other shit that they do. I never see none of y'all go so hard on for these women. But when men decided they want to travel, then y'all got the nerve, guys like you got the nerve to think that it's cool for fat women to get away with the things they say, ugly women to get away with the things they say, and the men that don't nobody like, who actually want an attractive woman, they have to pay for that right. But if the nerd dudes tell you straight up that you have to pay more because you get more women than they do, you will get mad and leave. Because I ask the guys this who get women so easily. If dudes that don't get women if they had skills and talent and they were the best talent that you can get, would you overpay them for their services? If they the only ones around and you have to go to another city to go to that person, another city to get whatever you need done, but that person got exceptional skills, the only one in town that got that skill and that talent, would you overpay for that person who has the exceptional talent? Or you will go travel to New York, or you'll go travel to another city, next city, for a cheaper price? It cracks me up, man, when I see these comments on here, and it seemed to me that it's a couple dudes on here playing both sides, and they're lapping it up for fun and giggles. But the fact is, we know how women out here do mating strategies. So you want dudes to sit out here and pay more because you want dudes to be out here and paying more, put their life on the line, get arrested, or kind of be like the Centoria Brown situation where they might get killed messing with a chick. So these guys supposed to do this shit their whole life, or date a single mom, or be with a fat chick. So it's a lose-lose situation where you gotta pay for sex, or be with a fat, unattractive female or ugly woman with an ego, or be with a chick, or pay for it and get rushed, or pay for it and you think that that's a good idea, because that's the solution do you guys make. But none of you guys would actually pay a high price for something. I mean, if that's the mindset that you guys have, that guys should pay for sex, that means that if companies start ramming up the price for certain things and a recession comes, it's recession hit, and somebody tells you you got to pay a lot of money for something, are you gonna pay for it? Because you can't be a hypocrite now. So men have to pay access to get women because they don't make the cut. But these fat, unattractive females who don't make the cut for some guys who work their ass off, they supposed to have an easy way in, because we supposed to meet up, because that's supposed to make my dream come true. And some of these dudes that I'm looking in his comments, I hope you don't come to my video, because I got a lot of questions for you. Overall, I got a lot of questions for you right now. And then I'm gonna read the comments. You spend thousands for a foreign cat, but don't want to pay $10 for African American women because you don't appreciate it. Why would a dude sit back and pay for a date when he's not guaranteeing anything in the end? And he know in the back of his mind that you're using him. Because overall, dudes know when you don't like them or not, even from the first encounter. Because these women have a certain type of mating choices. You can't change the mating choices of some of these women, but you want dudes to be out here sexless or paying for it. So every interaction they have, they gotta pay for it. And that's why I asked you in the beginning, and all these dudes said it easy. Would you pay for every interaction if you didn't make the cut? So if there was a rule in America right now, and you wasn't rich, and every single time you walk down the street, for you to talk to a person who got money, and for you to talk to a person who has high skills and talent, you have to pay them $15 just to speak to them. Would you pay that price? If the laws changed in America and they told you, yo, nobody can talk to high skilled people and rich, successful people without paying them, would you do it? Because if you won't, you're a hypocrite, right? We already know these women are using men for dates. But you got women in this comment section talking about you spend thousands for a foreign cat, but can't pay for American woman. So it's this. Then you got Prophet of Thought on there talking about scraping foreign women are accused of living without electricity underwater, right? So we supposed to deal with this whole bullshit dating shit that we're in right now. We supposed to keep inflating their egos, even though they're not worth it. And none of them knows their own worth, because guys like you are promoting them. You promote them to make them like they're the best in the world, and you don't call them out. I don't hear no videos out here telling these women to stop trying to ask for certain dudes, and tell them they should be paying for interaction, because we know they paying for interaction. But they got the most money. So guys are supposed to sit back and do everything a female want to do. We supposed to be puppets and slaves now. We can't be ourselves. So we got to pause being ourselves just to get some sex from a female, and then go back to being ourselves. Right? And in this video, I see a whole bunch of them and said these men are sick. Mika B is the same chick who had a differences with Jada Black. I remember her name. And she was trying to talk to Jada Black. And she was with a white dude. And he called her out in one of his videos. So she has some nerve to be in the inbox talking about men, these men. And this is the hypocritical bullshit that we're talking about over here. And so you want men to be talking to all these hypocritical females? Because a lot of dudes a lot of guys are disciplined. Unlike you, a lot of dudes ain't go to jail. A lot of guys are not willing to throw their reputation, throw their freedom for females, for some sex. We want to know a different culture because these women are on the same bullshit wavelength. Even women who say they feminine, they're in drama talking about, oh, men, these traveling men should just leave. And then you want to say you understand men, and y'all attacking men who want to travel and get away from this bullshit. Because none of you can provide the men who travel with anything. If these men are asking for sex, then why the fuck are you piece of shit women in that chat box and all these American women, if it's so easy, why don't you make a fucking selection for these men to go into instead of paying for sex? Because if you're not telling women to pay for sex, even though they are paying for sex for Pookie and Ray Ray. But nobody outright tells these fat, unattractive women to pay for sex. You don't tell them that shit. But it's the men you tell them, and then you tell them to kill themselves. Because they don't fit a certain female, they don't fit certain things that the female want. These men always have to overcompensate for everything they have. If they don't have a big penis, they're supposed to overcompensate. But a female can walk around with a big ass gut. And a man's supposed to take that shit? Looking at that nasty ass go, turn the light out. Why? Some people are visual. So you subjugate men sexual interaction for just sex. But then wasn't you an advocate for marriage on one of these other lives? You was talking about how brothers are not getting checked and stuff and they scared of marriage. But if a dude have to pay for sex and interaction, then overall you just broke the immersion of him believing that it's love out here. And these are the same women who say that the right one is out there for you. These are the same women who be out here talking about how it's good black women out here. Because if it was good black women out here, they would be talking to these men right now without kids. Show me the women out here who easy to have sex with without kids. Who would make a fuck buddy pack, and they just have sex and talk a little bit. Show me all these women. Show all the brothers, all these women that you talking about how easy it is. Show all these women. Post them up. Because they not on dating sites. We already know that all these dating sites are fucked up. All these dating sites are for one particular type of dudes. So the whole thing and the argument of these people saying this shit, how easy it is, you have to overcompensate. You have to do all these things. The questions that I ask y'all, that if it's so easy, answer me these questions.